Hello, my friends, and welcome back to New Dalancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition series and campaign. After scouting through the mysterious layer beneath the obelisk, the friends found themselves before a door with ornate carvings and a talisman-shaped depression with the familiar symbol of a leafless tree. Tess inserted the pendant, and the party confronted a duergar within, a duergar within, and a summoned bone devil. Before he was slain, the duergar hurled himself through the portal. The bone devil was destroyed, and the party returned to report to the caravan. Nice short intro today. Alright guys, let's roll some dice. So, everybody, you guys all have now completed a long rest, so feel free to jump in and reset your HPs and, well, no, your HPs and stuff. Did I really close out Val's character sheet again? It was awful. Let's see, get his action surge back, superiority dice. Cool. Alright, so you guys wake up in the morning, and all of the rest of the caravan is finished packing up, and they start on their way toward this ruin expedition site. As the caravan progresses through the trees, you begin to make out the mountainside, and in the side of this mountainside is carved this huge, great doorway, visible from even this far away. Kimrim approaches you and beams happily. That's it! That's the ruin of Dhin Tharum. Finally open after hundreds of years. Our teams have been working for 5 years to unearth the great door frame you see before you. Incredible, isn't it?
It's very big.
Yes, it does.
Quite the sight.
Why, though? Why have you been uncovering it?
Well, it's part of our history. So who knows what kind of information might lie within.
Oh, I see.
The doorway was sealed by this cave-in, and legend around here says that the city had toppled due to some curse, but that's pretty much every legend you hear, right?
This is true.
The whole world is an ancient Dwarven burial ground if you think about it.
How long have you been excavating?
Oh, we found this place around 5 years ago. We finally just got through the front door at this point, which is why I've been summoned.
Must be exciting.
Very much is. Don't know what's going to be on the other side of that door. It could just be rock. We haven't opened it yet. But it's almost ready. By the time we get there, it should be nice and opened up for us. So as you're looking at the mountain from around the same direction, about 20 degrees north-northwest, you see a narrow plume of smoke, such as would come from a smokestack or a chimney. It's hard to imagine anyone lives this deep within the wilderness, especially in plain sight of a dwarven ruin.
Is there anything around the smoke?
All you can see are treetops and this narrow plume of smoke.
Do we have in do have has any of the excavators seen people living around this area?
Kimrim says, no other reports at all. I can't imagine someone would live out this far by themselves. It just doesn't seem, well, no, it doesn't seem possible. Not without some kind of knowledge of the ruin, I would imagine. Maybe we should go ask.
Seems worth checking out.
Well, it is slightly off our path. I'll come with you, says Kimrin. Govin. Stay here with the expedition. We're out in the wilderness. I just want to make sure that everyone stays safe. The adventurers and I will proceed to, well, whatever lies over there, I guess. Does this sound okay to you? He's looking at you, Ahara.
It sounds reasonable.
Well then, let's be off. Right, I need just a moment for setup. All right. Right, and Kimrim. Good old Kimrim.
Perhaps you wish to heal up Talos, as he's gotten a long rest.
Yes, everybody's had a long rest. You can go ahead and reset your HPs. So you come to a clearing, and there in fact is a wooden house here. It looks very old. And it's sort of run down. It has a very hand-built kind of aesthetic about it. Everything seems to be kind of patchworked together, as if it was crafted in a hurry. But it does stand alone.
Well, shall we just knock?
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
I'm gonna wander up to the door and knock.
Tess is gonna stand a couple feet away, just in case.
So as you knock on the door, you hear footsteps. They come up to the, they get closer and closer to the door. Yes? Who is it?
Hello, we are excavating an area, and we just thought we'd come check in.
Visitors? Oh, I've not visitors in many hundreds of years. And you start to hear the door, like the door locking mechanisms open. And, oh, let me, that pesky lighting layer. There it is. And the door is open. So you find on the other side of this, so as much to your surprise, on the other side of this door, you find a duergar. An elder, a duergar with a long white beard. And he looks like this.
Well, hail, good sir.
What brings you to my humble home.
We saw the smoke.
What? Is my house on fire?
Well, I don't believe so. I can't see any fire.
He starts to look around frantically. Where? Where is the fire? He kind of goes into the back. He checks the fireplace. Then he comes back. There is no fire. You can come inside.
Good, because it was always burning since the world's been turning.
It was always burning since the world's been turning.
He goes, is the roof, is the roof on fire?
He didn't start the fire.
Well, we don't need no water.
Let that motherfucker burn.
Okay. So yes, come inside. Out of the cold.
Can we see any smoke from here?
Yeah, it's quite clearly coming from the chimney.
Weird. I'm gonna turn around and look at the rest. He says there's no fire.
Well, surely the smoke is coming from somewhere.
Ahara, there's quite clearly a fire in the fireplace.
Daft old man.
I think the old man might be off his rocker. I guess I'll step in.
So as you step inside, the place actually does smell quite old. Has sort of a musky, dusty sort of smell to it. And there is quite a layer of dust covering much of the surface of everything. It cakes into the corners, and it looks like this place could use a thorough cleaning.
What do you do here?
I was living here with my husband. He vanished into his study long ago. Many, nights at least. And I haven't seen him since.
Interesting.
As you
In-
peer
in
about
his
the
home?
So as you peer about the room, you notice that there are two doors. One wooden over here, and actually a large, also wooden door, but this time with some very ornate brass carvings and a depression. This catches your eye, Tess, as it looks very, very familiar.
Is the store over here?
Yes. Oh no, this door over here is the one.
Okay, Tess is gonna walk up and just start staring at it, inspecting it.
Yes, that is my husband's study. As I said, he vanished in there many years ago. Years? Has it been It has been years. Val proceeds over to a painting on the wall. Looks like it has some sort of depiction of a humanoid.
When you say he vanished, did you ever knock?
No, many times.
Can you not get in the door?
No. He keeps his study locked tight. I never asked why.
Look at the painting and see if I recognize the humanoid in the painting.
The humanoid in the painting looks like this.
Kind of looks like Kimrim, but bald with a beard.
Says, oh, that is him. That is my Ezegan.
Does he look familiar at all?
No.
Okay. The impression on the door, is it the amulet tree? the
Most
hammer?
definitely.
Tess produces the amulet and She says, "You mind if I give it a try?" Opening the door, that is.
Opening the door? I can open the door, and he proceeds over to the bedroom, and he opens the door.
The one that I'm standing in front of.
Ahara, you notice that this duergar is very, very old. He is probably older than you.
It's quite a feat.
I'm just gonna press the amulet into the depression.
As you press the amulet into the depression, the same sort of thing that happened before, lights kind of scatter about the brass inlays in the door, and you hear a audible as the locking mechanism shifts. Oh my! You have the key, do you? Might I see that?
She hands the key over to the old man.
The old man inspects it for a moment and hands it directly back to you, saying nothing. His face grows rather grim. And he says, "Well, guess you must have something to eat. Let me begin to create a meal." Melgar goes over. Sorry?
Is there anything of interest in the bedroom? Can I look around the bedroom?
Roll an investigation check. There's a chest at the end of the bed here. It seems to be locked tight. The wardrobe here has folded up clothes and different articles of what looks to be a brass jewelry. They don't seem to have any jewel-like inlays or anything like that. Seems to be very humble.
Since I'm the hero of this story, I'm just going to try to open the chest.
How are you going to try to open it?
That's a good question. Yeah, you know what? I don't have any sort of skill in that kind of thing, now that I think about it.
You could still try to force it open.
I guess so. I guess I'll, stick a short sword in and try to pry it open.
So are you just going to do this? Did you want to try to stealth it, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to be sneaky about it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check. $12. One moment. Where's your actual stat block, dude? There it is. All right, what did you roll? 12? Okay.
12.
So you're going to use one of your weapons to try to pry the lock, is that correct?
Yeah.
Then roll a dexterity check, please. Success. So you pry open this this small chest, and inside it there is some gold.
Do I see anything else but the gold? I feel weird about robbing the dude.
Yeah, no, there doesn't seem to be anything else but gold in here.
I'm just gonna leave it for now.
So you decide to leave it.
Maybe I'll get it later. If he proves to be not friendly.
As you approach
Perhaps you
him,
might want to consider closing the chest.
Nah, it's fine.
so as you approach him, just a moment ago, you actually see what he's cooking, and he seems to be making some sort of stew with many different types of vegetables and some type of meat. You notice that in the corner here, there is a crude bow and arrows.
I'm gonna kind of walk up and just comment on his cooking, like, "Oh, so look, we appreciate you cooking. What's on the slab?"
Beef stew. An old favorite of poor Azagon.
So, have you heard anything from behind the study walls?
No. Did you?
No, it seems a bit weird that he's just vanished. Don't you agree?
Oh, he spent a lot of time in his study. I suppose he locked himself in one day, and perhaps it was an accident. I'm sure he would have never done such a thing on purpose. But try as I might, I could never unlock the door.
Would you mind if we check it out, since we can unlock the door?
Check what? You can
The
unlock
study.
the door?
I think this guy has lost it.
He walks over to the bedroom door. It's open! And comes back and returns to his cooking.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Tess, just open the door."
Tess opens the door.
So as you push on the door, it's very, very stiff, as though it's been closed for a very long time.
Kind of shoulders it and pushes against the wood.
It creaks, groans as it opens. Inside, you find a desk and a trapdoor.
I think I see where he might have gone.
I want to investigate the desk.
As you do this, the old man drops his cooking utensil on the floor and proceeds to come into the room, tears now streaming down his face. Ezagon! Ezagon! He tugs at the trap door, and it doesn't budge. Oh, but my cooking, it's burning! Runs back.
Cyrene wants to check for, like, what kind of magic was used.
On what, precisely?
Like, in the room.
Okay.
Like, if she can kind of sense, like, if it was, like, dark magic, or, like, a lighter magic, or, like, what kind of... any kind of, like, imprint that was left.
Do you have detect magic or anything of that sort? Well,
let me
that's
see.
Tess.
Should I roll investigation
go for
for
it.
checking out the desk?
Yes, please do. And one moment. I don't see that you have detect magic per se, but if you would like, I will allow you to perform an arcane ritual to try to discern if there is any magic present here.
Okay.
Um,
How should I do that?
You will need help with it, though, as putting together all the runes and everything is quite a task. It could take you
I do
some...
happen to have a few components as well, because we found those extra spell component pouches in the dungeon we were just in last session.
So Ian Fear offers to help you.
Thank you.
So...
I have
Oh, go ahead.
knowledge of nature magic, but very little of the arcane.
And it's likely you won't be able to quite help in this scenario, but it looks like they've got it under control. You begin to lay out your magical effects, and after about 10 minutes, you begin, or you have the ritual well underway. Tess, did you roll your investigate? Yes, you did. Not much to this desk. It seems old and dusty, and as you pull out the drawers, they creak and they kind of stick. Feel like they've been set in place for some time. Inside one of the drawers, though, not hidden or anything, there's a key. Just a small, simple skeleton key.
Grab that key
You have the key,
and then check out the trapdoor.
and it totally works.
I'll open up the trapdoor.
Val enters the room, and upon seeing you do all of this, he says, "Interesting to have such a door locked behind another locked door, isn't it?"
It's definitely different.
This is someone who obviously had some things he didn't want anyone to see.
Indeed. The dwarf pokes around the corner. "Oh, where are you going? The meal is almost ready."
We're following the lead of your dead companion.
Dead? Who is dead?
Your missing partner. I misspoke.
Partner? I had a partner once.
I'm gonna try and give the leveling look at the rest of the party, without being too obnoxious.
Tess approaches the old man and she says, "Here, I want you to have this," and she hands over the amulet to him and just like places it.
No. You must take this. I'll have nothing else to do with it. And he, quite visibly upset by this, and again, tears running down his face, completely just drops it on the floor in place and walks away.
Do you not want to be able to unlock this door at any point?
Not if it means... No.
Not if it means what?
I must get back to my cooking. I'll speak no further on it. Do what you will.
I'll take the amulet again and then get back to checking out the trapdoor.
Curious.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you know what Isakan, what kind of work he did?
Yes.
Will you tell me?
Before we left, he was a great magician.
I see.
But that was many years ago. I'd rather not think on it any longer. I am very old.
Yeah, I got that part.
Very.
Oh yeah, you're older than I am. I'm pretty sure.
How old are you?
No, I'm in my 250s.
I'm very old.
The years have been kind.
How old are you?
My grandmother's on fire. I must go.
Fire? He is obviously quite
He's in the throes of senility.
Kimrim enters the room with you. I have not seen the madness of old age set in so bad. He must have been alone for very, very long. How sad.
I hope his partner died long ago and that we didn't kill him.
Tess, as you open up the... oh, yes, I'm sorry. The ritual complete. So you discern that the room itself has no magic upon it. However, the door seems to have a very deeply seated arcane magic. Though from what school of magic you cannot tell. Just that it is an unnatural magic.
Okay, so maybe like he could have been getting too deep into like deep magics. Like not necessarily dark, but like I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, I'm gonna tell them essentially what I find.
But she informs all of you that the door has this deep arcane magic about it. We should be careful then. Tess, you crack open the trap door. It creaks, once again feeling as though it has been set in place for many years. But you do open it, and a ladder leads down from the entry into the darkness below. Tess looks up at the rest of you.
Anyone got a light?
Can we tell how far down it goes?
Oh, there you are. I was like, where's Ahara?
Oh, I must have stacked.
How exactly would you like to discern this, Ian Fear? It just looks like darkness to you.
Looking down. Wow, even through the dark vision. Basically, with dark vision, it would raise it up a level from whatever kind of darkness it would be. So, like, if it's totally dark to normal people, then it would probably just be like dim light.
Okay, so the room that you're standing in is already dark.
Right.
So yeah, looking down into this hole, it's actually even darker than that.
I mean, I'll take one of the copper pieces and throw it down the trap hole.
So at this point, Val actually, in being prepared of, going in, he's going to go ahead and light a torch. And as soon as that torch is lit, it actually lights up the bottom of this, or the floor underneath. Looks to be stone. And it looks about, I'd say 7 feet down. But otherwise, it's pitch black down there.
Perhaps we should crawl down and look.
Any opposed?
No.
Well then.
Tess will go ahead and crawl down the ladder first.
Val will follow. All right, one moment for setting up. Is it control? Or is it space? Hopefully that jumped you over to the appropriate section. Tess, you enter
Black.
first. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I just see black.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It looks like it did, though.
Now I see.
Mm.
Tess, you're not able to move past that position yet. See in fear. Ahara, Talos actually is not able to climb down that ladder. You'll have to assist him.
You said it's 7 feet.
It is 7 feet.
Someone might want to brace me from behind as I try to pull him down. I'm gonna try and like climb halfway up the ladder and just kind of like pick him up and carry him down.
Valphalin, I will assist you.
Thank you.
So he braces you. And you pull him down. That's pretty easy, actually. He squirms a bit as he is not comfortable being picked up. Actually, go ahead and roll a... we'll call it a dexterity check. He squirms a bit, but you're able to keep him steady as you pull him down. You almost drop him, but not quite.
I'll give him an affectionate pat. Pat, pat.
So Tess, as you come down the stairs, there is a gate before you. It is locked tight. There doesn't seem to be a keyhole or anything of that sort on the gate itself, but beyond the gate you can see a desk with clutter strewn about it.
I'm gonna try to peek through the gate and see what else I can see in the room.
As you kind of motion about next to the gate, your foot brushes up against something hard and, solid, actually. As you look down, you notice that there is a small incline in the floor leading up to the wall. And on it, there are some words inscribed.
Can I read them?
They appear to be the same script as previous. As the plaque on the obelisk, for example. You can identify this as being ancient Dwarven, but it doesn't seem that... Well, can you read Dwarven?
Yeah.
Then yes, you can. It says, I have seas with no water, coasts without sand, towns without people, and mountains without land. What am I?
Can you like copy and paste that into the chat?
Yes, I was about to do that, actually.
Looks like we have a riddle on our hands.
Intriguing. This chamber, locked behind 3 doors. The third of which being a riddle, and the first of which being magical. What could someone want to keep so secret?
Well, I mean, if it's anything like what we've encountered the last times we've encountered this symbol, it's nothing good for us.
I have the same suspicion. Yeah, this is the second time we've seen that symbol, says Cameron. The fourth, actually, for us. I see. And what is it that you found? Almost always a summoner. This bodes ill. I do not like it. But that is not the problem at hand. The riddle. Valvalen peers back down at the incline.
Could be maybe perhaps a book. Something similar.
Hmm.
A story.
I have a book. Valvalen produces a book from within his pack after a
course you
moment
do.
of digging through it.
Maybe we could put a book on the surface and see what happens.
Does anyone else have a book that they don't like? Very well. So he opens the book and he places it on the he like lays it out on the incline. And you all see a dim light pass over the book. And then it passes back over the book. And then nothing.
Perhaps that wasn't the answer then, but it seems like we need to put something there.
Whew. I am just happy to still have my book. And he picks it up and folds it and puts it back into his backpack.
Could we be looking for something like an image, perhaps?
An image of what?
Like a map. Does anyone have a map?
You actually do have a map. You have a copy of the old map that you got when you began your adventure.
I mean, it's worth a try.
After you, then. Val moves out of your way. The incline is right here.
I will place a map on it.
You place the map on the surface. A light passes over it, and then passes back over it. Tess, before you, the gate goes chunk, chunk, and seems to become loose.
Can I inspect it for any kind of trap?
Sure. Roll an investigation, please.
Sorry, my Discord crashed for a second.
Whew. No, doesn't seem to be a trap here. In fact, as you're investigating it, you kind of lean a little bit hard on it, and it jars in place. It seems this gate can be lifted now.
Okay, I'll try to lift and move the gate.
So as you lift it up and you place it into place in the as you kind of like put it into place, it like collapses down, and there are these switches that move into place to keep it up. So you actually move those into place, and you're now able to proceed through.
I'll walk into the room.
To your left, a double door, and before you, a small desk and chair with an old book. On the floor, a paper with some writing upon it, and To the right of the desk, another paper on the floor with writing on it. This one seems to have been torn out. Perhaps of the book on the desk.
Grab the paper that's been torn out and take a look at it.
Paper that's been torn out. This is a torn page on the floor, and it looks like this. It is written in the same ancient-looking Dwarven, and this is how it translates. We lost Sycon.
Aw, it's a love and goodbye letter.
I guess we never got the old duergar's name. That's probably to him, I would expect.
It would appear so.
He did say his name was Malgar.
Although I guess I can't read it.
I'm gonna take a look at the book. It looks like it was removed from.
So, the writing on the page that's open is actually the only writing that you're able to discern in the entire book. It looks like the rest have either smudged or faded over time. That one looks like this. And if you can read Dwarven, this is what it says. Tess, are you going to read it out loud?
Yeah.
It has been many years since my husband and I escaped from the dreadful fate of Dhin Tharum. We no longer speak of it, but I know the memory still haunts us. Despite my efforts, I have been unsuccessful in replicating the old rituals. I have experimented with the bodies of various species of men and animals, but with no result. Could it be the great demon god has forsaken us? Nay, it could not be so. I must be doing something incorrectly.
Sounds like he was into some not so light magic.
There's one other page on the floor. There it is. She reads this one out loud too. The prisoner turned today before I could begin the sacrifice. He almost tripped the stone, but thankfully I locked him away before he could do any more harm. He was able to claw at my arm before I got him inside the cage. I'll have to begin experiments to find out what went wrong. Valphalin steps forward. More summoning. This bodes ill. Don't like it.
Beginning to worry what kind of things we'll find down here.
Or what will find us. Dun dun dun.
Phalin begins to study the double door. It is open. There is no locking mechanism. He simply pushes it open. and reveals a hallway on the other side.
Shall we explore further?
Another double door. He begins investigating it. Ahara, I could use a hand.
I'm going to check for traps and kind of look around to see if anything's off about the door.
Go ahead and roll an investigation with advantage. There is a trap here.
Can I... Well, first I'm going to tell him there's a trap. Is there... Can I see any way to disable it?
Not at first glance.
There's definitely a trap on this door. I'm not sure how to disable it. Is any of you wizard types, can you perhaps open the door from afar? Oh, Sycon's left the chat.
Yeah, Sycon disconnected.
I don't think I have anything that will unlock a door, though. I'm looking right
Is it a wooden door or is it a metal door?
It is a metal door. Valphalin starts searching once again. I will open the door. Stand back, please.
I'll take a few steps back. Oh,
Valphalin takes one 5-foot step back and throws himself at the door. Oh. Can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to 1 saving throw. Oh, awesome.
I'm just gonna... on Valphalin.
Valphalin dashes at the door, smashes into it, and you hear a chunk as a net falls from the ceiling and lands on top of him. Starts to land on top of him. Valphalin... attempts to dodge out of the way. That is an 18. And he's able to.
Close call.
The way is clear.
Smooth moves.
Thank you. As you round the corner, there is yet another hallway. This time a very long one.
Do I see anything around? Like, can I just look around to see if there's any sort of traps in the hallway? It's a rather long hallway.
Yes, I'll let you roll an investigation check for up to this doorway right here that you see.
All right.
17. You find nothing, but a doorway right here.
All right.
Balphalin
the
steps
door.
up to it. It seems I'm on a roll today.
Should we go this way?
We can check that way first.
See what our options are like.
Either way. I bet there'll be more doors.
Gonna have Ian Fear following here. Says he's having a DNS problem.
Looks like I think there's a door over here as well.
There we go. Trying to get him some instructions for performing a DNS flush.
It's ipconfig/flush DNS, I think it is.
Yeah. But also, you know, prompt him to clear his cache and all that. All right.
So I guess this door is as good as any, unless someone has some opinions on which door we should open.
Anyone? Opinions on that?
We can try checking around the corner and then come back to this door later if we want.
There's a door over, like I don't know, like there's a door here at this corner. Looks like
And then there's a door like right here too, I think.
Yeah, I think there's one over here. That's what it looks like from the
Yes,
wall outline.
that is a door.
Okay. Maybe we can open them both and see where they lead.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
can try to
dangerous.
open this door. Take a look at it and see if it's locked.
Investigation check, please.
I'll check this one down here at the same time.
Tess, the door is locked, but doesn't appear to have any sort of trap mechanisms or anything
just
like
seems
that.
like it's locked.
Ahara, investigation.
Oof.
The door also appears locked, but doesn't seem to have any sort of trap mechanisms on it.
Anyone got a luck pick kit?
We need to employ more thieves.
I could force the door open.
That's as good a plan as any.
Something I seem to be very skilled at. Please, give me some room.
I'm gonna cast guidance on him and back up.
Awesome. Once again, he takes a 5-foot step back. And slams into the door with all of his might. But the door doesn't seem to budge. Ooh. One moment. I will try again. I need a moment. He steps back one more time and places a hand against the wall. Kind of pops his neck, stretches out a bit. was a save. Not sure why it rolled a save. I'm gonna go ahead and take it though, because I think it's the same, is the same modifier. Oh no, it's not the same modifier. Let me go ahead and do this. Once again, he slams into the door. This time, it buckles and opens.
Yay. Another hallway.
Shall we proceed?
May as well.
Okay, welcome back, Psycon. So you proceed into the hallway. Ianfir and Kemrim following closely behind. Interesting.
There's an end here.
The stone of the walls seems very old. And also that there is a man-made quality about it. Before you lie yet another set of double doors.
I'm gonna inspect these, see if they're trapped or if I can open them.
Go ahead and roll an investigation. As Valphalin is brushing his shoulder, you do actually find a what appears to be yet another trap mechanism, the same as before.
This one is trapped as well.
Furthermore, you think you hear something from beyond the door. Scuffling.
I'm gonna try. I want to see if I can open the door like stealthily, like, quietly, or something.
What will you do about the trap?
Hope I can dodge it.
You can try to disable it.
All right, I'm gonna try that first. If I can see a way to disable the mechanism.
So, you rifle through your things and attempt to find some improvised tools with which to disable the mechanism. Looks to be a relatively simple device. A few gears, things like that. You may be able to break them, so to speak, using like a small prying tool like a dagger, or do you have anything of that sort?
I mean,
Yeah.
I have lots of arrows and a sword and a couple short swords.
Seems like you could definitely break part of this with that. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check. Or if you'd like, I'll also let you roll... is sleight of hand a thing? Yeah, sleight of hand.
Yeah, I don't have advantage. Well, they'll be the same for me. I'll just roll that.
Okay. Nope.
I mean, I could try it. I have sleight of hand and a dagger and dexterity.
Ianfir moves up. Let me go ahead and grab your character sheet here. Where is your character sheet? Ah, there it is. So you hear sort of a crunching sound as Ianfir grinds his dagger into this mechanism. Before long, he turns around and notifies you that it is properly disabled. I'll let you say it, Ian Fear.
Yeah, looks like looks like it's taken care of.
Be careful, I heard something inside.
What is it you heard?
Some sort of shuffling. I think there's someone on the other side of the door.
Someone.
Or something.
How
Does
shall we?
anyone detect any kind of magic on the other side?
Would anyone like to try?
I can try to detect magic.
Can you link it, please? Oh yeah, definitely some magic on the other side of this thing. Wait, or around anything. Yeah, so you can detect an aura of magic coming from the other side of the door. Seems to be similar to the magic that you detected in the Medusa's lair, in the Gorgon's lair.
This is the same kind of magic we saw earlier on the other side of this door.
Perhaps we should be ready for another of those demon devil things.
Indeed.
In fear. Move back. Do you do it? Ian Fear? Can you still hear me? Ah, there he is. Except I don't hear you in chat, dude.
Come back.
Yeah, I muted myself on here.
Ah, okay. So, Valphalin instructs you to move back.
All right, give me a minute. Sorry, man. This trap was really. Okay.
So Valphalin pushes open the door. And from the other side, you do in fact hear a scuffling. Everyone roll a knit, please. Oops, that is the dice roller. That is the knit table. Oh, did I not do that? Shoot, okay. It's 14 point.
Yeah, don't forget you have to click on the icon when you want to roll. It's in it.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. It's okay. I can just throw it in. Oh, did I do it as... Whoops. No, not 10.1. There we go. Is that everybody? Oh yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, what about Kimrim?
Whoops. Oh yeah, Kimmerin. Sending order. Alright, Ian Fear.
Well, it doesn't look like I can see much from my vantage point here. So
Oh, but you can definitely hear a scuffling.
yeah,
Oh, don't tell me it's doing this again.
What's happening now?
Connection to Roll20.
Ah,
Boo.
Give me a sec.
did you get my message about connecting on your phone?
I just got it, but that's because my guess is it probably tried to. I'm on my computer because like it came back on, but I don't know what's going on with this.
What did you want to do?
All right. So I guess I'm gonna go up into the room and see what I can see in there.
Okay.
Okay, what's it's connected? Is it just
If you need to use, well, no, I guess that's kind of a bad idea. Could somebody stream this to Discord for him so he could see it on his phone?
Yeah, I can
hang
try
on a
streaming.
sec. Hang on a sec. Let's see if this is working. I think this is.
Like, Ahara has it.
All right, hang on. Well, come on, load up. All right, so I'm gonna move to right here through the open door.
As you come through the door, you see the image of a humanoid who looks very misshapen.
Bad, I didn't want to put that in chat. I was just trying to read it.
He looks very misshapen, and he kind of he walks with a hobble. Cyrene, did you move?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could see in a little bit better.
Oh, can you move back? It's not your turn right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I see this guy with a bit of hobble. I guess I'll call to him. What seems to be going on?
As you call to him, he whips back around towards you. You see his eyes glint in the light, and he goes,
Sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you speak common, perhaps? Guys, does anyone understand what he's saying?
This is clearly some sort of creature.
All right, well, my guess is he has an aggressive or a blank look on his face then.
It looks aggressive.
All right, well, I suppose I'll have to, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. May this cheer you up and taste the rainbow.
So you fire a
a-
Chaos Bolt.
26 hit.
A 26 hits.
All right, I'm going to be firing this at. Hell, why not? I'll fire this at 3rd level.
Damage type?
I'm about to find out. Let me see. 8 or
Ooh.
3. This is going to be fire type. So
All right.
17 fire damage.
Cool. Roll a roll your wild magic surge.
Okay. That passes.
Nice. That's 13 damage.
17. I cast it as a
17.
third level.
Right, sorry. And what was the damage type? I'm sorry.
Fire. So basically, this big sparkling ball flies, and then just as it's about to hit him, it turns into a fireball.
What was that spell again? Oh, yes. Fireball. All right. Does that close your turn, Ian Fear?
And then, yeah, that closes my turn.
The fireball pelts the zombie in the, in the everything, and he kind of reels back, regains his footing, and proceeds charging at you. Ahara, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna do ensnaring strike on this dude, which I can't seem. Let me edit it so it sends the link. Output spell card.
Thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends. A larger creatures. Restrained by the spell, target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of them. Wow, okay. Alright.
And I'm casting it at level 2 for an extra d6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack.
Roll the attack. Oof. It is a wide miss.
Boo. I'm going to... I guess Talos might be too far away to run up.
You can dash.
Actually, I think he has just enough. His movement is 40, so he can get right up to it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Do we
Ah,
really
yes.
want to deal with a potential zombie wolf, though?
By the way, your arrow collides with this cage back here and ensnares it in thorny vines. The cage fails its dexterity check.
Take that, cage. Talos is gonna try and bite.
Okay.
Nom, nom, nom.
I don't know. It does say when you hit a creature, so
There's a skeleton in the cage. It's now covered in vines. That is a hit. Oh yeah, he's gone.
Talos like ripped him limb from limb to get to the juicy bones.
Talos snaps at his neck and tears his throat out. It actually severs his entire neck, and his head rolls down on the floor. He is dead.
The goodest
Who's
boys.
a good boy? Who's a good boy?
He has blood dripping from his... There's like dried blood dripping off of his muzzle. Who's a good boy? Val steps in. Well, that was easy.
Well, this place has had many hazards just getting to this point. Let's not assume that we're finished by a long shot.
I'm going to go ahead and keep the same turn order for the remainder of this dungeon. We'll just go in order. once we get to that point. Well, actually, no. I'll have you guys re-roll at that point. Deleting it now. Yeah. I mean, if we get to another point where we need it or whatever. I was thinking like maybe it'd be cool to like have the turn order go through the dungeon, but nah, let's not do that. Let's just have freeform movement until then. Okay, so everyone who has entered the room so far, there are a couple of cages against the side here. There's a skeleton inside one of them, as well as a bunch of vines covering it now. There is a much smaller cage on the side with a small skeleton of what looks to be some sort of animal. Dog? A pig? You can't really tell. Ahara, actually, you can identify this. This is actually the skeleton of a pig. Ianfear, what you have approached here is looks to be some sort of altar that may have housed a portal? ? It looks very similar to the one that was in the magic shop in the in Murhold.
I want to investigate around here, see if there's anything that would give me some kind of clue.
There's a big circle on the floor with.
I mean, there's that. Yes, that's behind me. But I want to see if there's like, notes or, any sort of like any remains of any magical components that have been used, things like that.
Around the circle that's drawn into the floor here, you actually do find some various magical components. These appear to be ones that are that have been previously used in a ritual of some sort. Most of the components have been rendered useless, save for a few candles and some incense.
What about the figure in the center?
The figure in the center is a skeleton of what looks to be a small humanoid, possibly dwarf, maybe halfling.
All right.
I think we found his experiments.
So it would seem.
Is there anything interesting around the cages? I just kind of want to look around and see if there's anything about them.
The door to the cage that you're in front of, this one here, is actually open. It looks as though it had been forced after some time. On the door itself, there seem to be several hanging pieces of flesh, as though something rammed itself repeatedly against this door, and perhaps lost some of itself on the way out. Go ahead and roll a survival check for me, please. Let's see how much information you can discern from this. You're able to tell that the flesh on the door is from the very same zombie that you have just slain. No doubt this is the self-same prisoner that was spoke of in the writings of Ezegal. Ezegal.
Well, this guy's a dead ringer for what he was talking about.
A good eye, Ahara.
Are you dead certain about that?
Poor taste. Too soon.
Looks like he's been dead a while. I don't know.
And what of this fixture, Ianfear?
Well, this looks remarkably similar to the one we encountered in the magic shop many years ago.
Tess.
Or many years in the future.
Actually, Ianfear, perception check. Tess, what do you make of this?
Tess is going to take a look around the room and inspect the corpse.
Investigation check, please. Ianfear, you notice that around the necks of the two statues, there seems to be a glint of metal beneath layers upon layers of dust.
I will use my prestidigitation cantrip to clear away the dust from the symbols.
Clearing away from the dust from the symbols reveals a shape or a pendant in the shape of a tree with no leaves. The same pendant that you have found
I'll look.
before.
Yeah, I'll look to Tess and say, "Hey, look." And you said this is one on each of these.
There's one on each.
We might have need of both of the necklaces. It appears that we have more imprints of that tree symbol.
Kimrim approaches and grabs one of the two pendants and looks at it, kind of rubs it in her hands and turns it around, and she's just very deeply investigating this thing. It's the same symbol, but what does it mean? And it's so old.
In the meantime, Tess is going to examine the corpse, and she's going to extract some of its blood, and flesh, and a bone.
As you start to examine the flesh of this creature, you actually examine the chest area, and imprinted in the chest is this very same thing, as though somebody's pressed that talisman into its chest at some point, perhaps as part of an experiment. You take a clipping of the flesh, you take some piece of bone, and what else?
Some blood.
And some blood. So the blood is rather old. You're not able to get a whole lot of it. Will you also settle for dried blood?
Congealed blood, yeah.
Okay, so you are able to find some congealed blood. We'll say that you wrap that in some parchment paper very nicely, and maybe tuck it into a bottle and slip it into your pack.
Is there anything special about this fountain-looking thing?
It seems to be there's a liquid inside. It seems to have a layer of dust floating atop it.
Gross.
Otherwise, it seems unremarkable.
Is there anything about the pig corpse? Like, does it have the same symbols or anything?
This is actually a skeleton. It seems that over the years the skin has withered away on this.
It's not very useful.
Kimrim, with the pendant still in hand, turns to you, Ian Fear. Do you mind if I take this? Do you mind if I hang on to this?
I have no objections.
Thank you. I wish to study it further. Well, I think I've got my work cut out for me. I'm going to return to the entrance of this place. I'll see you there?
Should we check that other door?
Yes, I, however, will wait for you. I wish to study this pendant further. She is going to... There we go. Oh, no, wrong area. Ooh. There we go. Haphazardly. Okay, perfect. All right. Anyone else investigating anything like that?
I mean, it seems like we've covered as much as we can in this small area.
Cyrene, the section of wall that you've just stood next to seems different in some way.
Can I do like a perception or something? Or
I'll let you roll
An investigation?
a perception or an investigation.
Okay. I'll do investigation. That one's a little bit higher.
As you run your hand along the surface of the wall, you find that one of the stones in the wall sort of juts out from the rest of them. And as you run your hand over it, it even feels a little bit different, as though it's made of some different material. Maybe metallic?
Hey, Tess, come touch this.
Touch what?
I'm gonna point to the thing. Right there.
So she points to the rock on the wall, specifically.
Why do you want me to touch it? Why can't you touch it?
Because you're stronger if I have to push it or something. I'm little.
Tess walks over and examines the area.
Just the area?
The thing, rock, whatever it is.
So you start to rub your hand on this stone, and it feels, like I said, different from the rest of the rock on this wall. Almost as though it's made of like a metal that has been painted to look like a rock, or colored to look like a rock.
Push it. Or pull it.
Bop it.
Bop it.
Twist it. Slap it.
Slap it again.
Spit on it.
Spit on it.
Tess reaches out and she twists the rock to the right.
The rock does not turn.
The left.
It doesn't turn.
She pulls it out.
There's not really a way to get a grip on it, so to pull it.
Okay.
Push it.
Push it in.
As you push it in,
I mean, I have to try every which way.
The thing I've been saying the whole time is push it. And you're like, I'll twist it. I'll
Well,
try
I mean,
to pull it.
you're a magic
push
user.
it.
You can just shoot at it.
so as you pull it,
Well, I don't want to.
as you push the
break it.
rock in, it shifts into place, and now, and it kind of shifts down. So it's like inward and then downward slightly. There is a satisfying click, and the wall shifts ever so slightly.
Well, it appears to be open. Go ahead and open it, my dear. She points to Cyrene.
There is a followed by after the click, it is followed by a.
So Cyrene is going to push her little tiny body against it. Her tiny, tiny little body
How could
that
you?
has no force.
Oh, okay. So you see
Do you
Cyrene.
want me-
You see Cyrene kind of press up against this wall, or like act like she's about to press up against this wall, and much to her surprise, she kind of just floats right through it,
Like it's invisible?
like it's invisible. She
Oh.
vanishes through the wall.
Oh. Okay.
Can you roll a reflex save, Cyrene?
Yeah. Where is that? Let me see.
Or
Where's the
dexterity save, actually. They took out reflex save.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, where's the reflex?
I was gonna say, I wonder. Hopefully, it's not. Well, we're about to find out soon. But
I guess it's just at a. Oh, sorry. This thing.
Go to
Okay,
your.
there we go.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's right there. It was just giving me trouble.
So you kind of hear from beyond this wall, and but yes, you almost fall to the ground, but you don't. You catch yourself in time. As you
mean,
look back, Cyrene, it looks like there's still a solid wall behind you. Everyone
There's like a
sees her
secret
do
tunnel.
this. Yes.
I was gonna say like, I
Secret
mean,
tunnel.
saying this out
Secret
of
tunnel.
not seeing it, but like, as a fairy, wouldn't she just like kind of float through?
So she tried to lean against it, but there was actually, to her, there was nothing
Okay.
there. So she kind of like, ah.
All right. Well, Ian's gonna kind of just strut through the door, through that hallway, or through that wall.
Strutted that runway, mama.
So you guys watch as Ian Fear crosses through the wall. He just kind of walks into the wall and vanishes.
I will attempt to.
Valphalin, in disbelief, approaches the wall and places his hand through it. He says, "It is as though there is nothing there," and then proceeds through.
Cyrene's just kind of floating down the hallway.
I'll follow through.
Ahara, just before you can step through, head of the Dragonborn pokes through the wall. "Are you coming?" It's kind of creepy.
I'll be there. I'm gonna grab like try and lead Talos through with me.
Talos
Should we
is,
just call your name?
I'll
Tal-
be there.
Talos is hesitant, but you're able to get him to come through. Once you get his like face to clear, and he can clearly see that there's nothing on the other side, he comes through willingly. Mostly just to follow you.
After everyone goes into the little room, can I try to animate dead on this corpse?
Yes, you can.
No, honey.
Yep. So the headless zombie kind of
Can I pick
fumbles.
up his head? Like, is his head nearby for me to pick up and
Yes,
carry?
it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up his head and I'm gonna carry it with me.
So
I was
the
gonna say either that. You could have tried the one that was in the circle.
so the the zombie like feels around for its head and it can't seem to find it, and you pick up the head and it moves about as though it's connected.
Okay, I'm gonna hand him his head so that he can hold on to it, like, in his hands while he walks.
You attempt to hand the zombie the head, and not knowing what to do, it like and just allows you to drop the head down to the floor before it, and it kind of
Okay.
stands there like, "Durr."
I pick up the head and I take it with me and I say, "Follow me."
It does that. You feeling around the wall once again, you find a place where you can go through.
My new friend.
Cyrene, before you is another wall.
Does anyone want to try bashing through the wall?
I will try. Valphalin moves up toward the wall and once again places his hand into it and walks right through.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my.
Yeah, Ian just.
You just hear him say that.
Hmm.
So Ian Fear, you're going through? Cyrene, you're going through?
I'm trying.
I don't know
Oh,
why.
there we go. It wasn't letting me.
Oh. Well, this must have been the after
Can I open this chest?
hours room then.
Did you want your new friend to come through as well?
Yeah, so Tessa's gonna turn to everyone when she comes through and she's gonna say, guys, don't freak out. But I have a new friend. His name is Ralph.
Okay.
Ralph?
You're, like,
His name is Ralph.
His name is
Reflexively-
Ralph.
yeah, reflexively, you see Ian sort of like is about to raise his hand up as if to sort of cast that chaos bolt again, and then be like, "Oh, okay."
Tess waves her hand. She's like, no, he's good. He is a friend for the next day or so, or as long as I can control him.
Hearing that, he's gonna look.
That is rather unsettling.
Cyrene
Valphalin.
actually says, "Oh, honey."
We should.
I'm uncomfortable.
As you guys look over, Valphalin is fixed on this suit of armor that is against the side wall here. He's kind of taking off pieces of it and affixing them to himself. Also in the room, you see a rack of various weapons, most of which appear to be kind of rusted. There's a chest in the corner here, and underneath where you're standing... wait, where did the... No, there's a chest in the corner here.
Yeah, what's in that chest?
I don't know. You want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I open it? Just do I shoot at it?
Are you going to try to... I mean, how do you open it? Are you going to...
Can I just magic missile open it?
Well, you can definitely try.
Okay, I'm
or
gonna
you
try
can
that.
just try to open it like,
No,
normal peeps.
I'm gonna just shoot at it.
Okay, so... magic missile fires 3 bolts. Can you
Right.
roll all 3?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, so 9 damage on this chest. Okay. You blow the top clean off.
Yeah, I should just...
One moment. So the small chest seems to catch a blaze. And smoke starts to pillow from this chest. You are... your nostrils are assaulted by the smell of incense. There's now incense on fire inside the chest. Let's see. Slowly, other things that are inside the chest start to catch fire. You may be
I was
able to
gonna
salvage
say-
stuff if you hurry.
I was gonna say it says it was force damage as opposed. I wasn't sure if it was actually. I mean, I guess the force was so strong that maybe the
Yeah, that's
spark caught.
That's really weird, isn't it? How a force spell could suddenly start a fire inside of a chest. Yeah, you do find that pretty weird.
Take the things quickly.
Uh,
Kick it over. Kick the chest over.
well, if it's catching fire, I'll just use Ray of Frost.
Okay. So you control... well, actually... Ray of Frost, is that a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
I
so
mean,
you,
technically that.
so you go ahead and
roll
hit
is
this
the
thing with
attack, not the damage, but
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it dodges. No. So you cast a ray of frost on this, and the the ice that you wind up casting on it essentially melts and douses the flame. You are able to secure the following items. I'll place in chat. Ching. You do find some incense that has been burned inside the chest. There is also, as you inspect the lid of the chest, there was apparently a fire trap, and that is what caused the fire. So when she blew the lid off of this thing, it triggered the trap, which backfired and burned the stuff inside the chest. Okay. You find a blue quartz. It's kind of dingy after the fire. There is a turquoise. And the number next to it is what you presume to be the value.
approximate value.
Yeah, the approximate value. There's a pair of rabbit fur shoes that were destroyed in the fire. And there is a strange pearl at the bottom. You've not seen anything like this one before. It's kind of large, actually. It's about the size of the palm of your hand.
The palm of whose hand?
Ian
I
Fierce.
will definitely take that pearl.
The pearl, it seems to be a lot heavier than you would expect. Well, a little bit heavier than you would expect. It's not like super heavy or anything like that. But it definitely seems to have some heft, some admirable heft.
Well, I'll let the rest of them know about the coins, and we'll split that up.
Okay. One moment, please. So that is 2,200, 880. Number of shares is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless, do you guys want to split this with what's his name? Ralph? Pete?
Ralph. No, he doesn't need any money. He's fine. I support him with my money.
You all see you each share the loot worth 36 gold, 4 silver. Whoops. I gotta quit doing that.
Sorry, you cut off there for me.
Oh, you each share the loot worth 36 gold, 4 silver.
14. Come on, why is this thing?
Ian Fear, you also find several bits of charcoal.
Sorry, all that cut off for like the last minute.
You find
I got the
you find
split, but-
several bits of charcoal inside the chest. Likely aftermath from the destruction.
Yeah.
Valphalin turns, now donning a new suit of armor.
So I'll let the rest of them know after I grab the pearl. I mean, there's 2 other precious gems if anyone else wants them.
Any takers?
I'll pass. I still have some precious gems from last time.
Cyrene will take them.
Cyrene, you get a blue quartz and a turquoise. You can go ahead and add those to your inventory. You presume that each of them is worth around 25 gold. Or at least... Actually, no, you don't. Ian Fear, do you communicate that to her? It's a blue quartz and a turquoise.
And then, and you said this one was a large, a pearl of some kind?
Yeah, it's a large pearl of some kind. Definitely has some heft to it. More than you would expect.
Shall we continue searching the area for more things?
You want to roll an investigation check?
Well, in here, I mean, see
Okay, so Ian Fear is still packing stuff into his
if
pack.
there's more to explore of the.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes, onward, says Val Phelan. Seems to be pretty excited about the new armor.
To the other gate then, to see if maybe we can get that open.
It seems sensible.
All right. So I'm just going to fast forward you folks. There we are. You guys approach this other door. And I think this is actually a good place to stop for this session, as we're kind of out of time on this. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and pick it up next time. Guys, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode, but we'll see you next week on New Dalancia. As always, this is VG Punks, the video game punk, and I'm signing off. Keep a song in your heart.